You are live. Make it yourself. Ndio.
Hi,
Twende. Tuanze.
hi guys.
Hi guys.
Yes,
Welcome to our channel. Today we have a visitor in this channel. Our visitor today is going to introduce himself. His name is Douglas, and we want to talk about tips on how parents can protect their children online. So Douglas, say hi to our viewers.
hi guys. Today I'm glad to be a part of the Alasali team. I'm Douglas, his colleague, uh, and I'm glad to be here. Yes.
Our topic is protecting your child online. Like, how do you protect your child online as a parent with this era where children are always online? What measures do you take to protect your child online?
I've seen uh, the way that we are brought up. This digital era, things have changed. Today, children are given phones, smartphones. Like on our times, there were the times that we were brought up. We are not given phones. And I remember, like me personally, my first phone I had was when I finished Form 4, and it is the one that I worked for. So by that time, the only time that you are able to interact with the internet or being online is only when we were going to cyber cafes and all that. And personally, on my experience, I saw that when you go online, there's cyberbullying. You see there's some people that maybe the way you look and all that, it lowers that self-esteem. For personally, I felt so, because some people say that, how do you do look and all that. But I've come to understand that cyberbullying has its own challenges. The internet has its own challenges, as much as we are able to interact with people, and it has made the world to be a global village. But it has its own challenges.
So, like, it has its own challenges. Yes. Then now, as a parent of a grown-up person, maybe a guardian, how do you protect these children? Because you get different characters online, you get different people online. So how do you protect your child or children online? What measures do you take? So now here today, Douglas is going to show us. Okay, we're going to talk about some few tips which you can help you as a parent guide your child when he or she is online. Because people online nowadays, they disguise to be like good people, but their intentions are not good. So you have to be very careful
Mm.
once you let your child to go online. They cannot go online freely, like you just leave your child to be freely online, do whatever they want to do. It's dangerous. So sharing some tips here and there about about how they are going to, how you can help them out, how you can help them out to.
So one of the things, or one of the ways that you can protect your child, is by having your email. You synchronize your email with their phones. When you synchronize your email with their phones, then it will be easier to monitor each and every activity that they are articulating, or they are doing online. And also you'll be able to understand which sites they enter to. So maybe you may not know how to go about that, but you can synchronize your email to be able to capture each and every detail from their phones. So you just go to your phone, you add to their phone, and you add your account there. When you add your account, then you synchronize. After you synchronize, you add their phones to be part of your devices. So whenever anything that happens, you can be able to allow to see the activities that they were going on. And uh, if you want to get that opportunity to see what is happening, you just go to the browser options. On the browser, there are three dots on the top right. The top right, there are three dots. Press on that dot, you see the activities of all the devices under your email. So you'll be able to understand my son or my daughter has been visiting these sites and these sites and these sites. Technically, that will help you now to talk to your son or to your daughter about those things. But that is the most basic, the most easiest way to be able to get to capture them even before you talk to them. That is the most basic, the privacy option. That is the most basic. So I don't think you have another.
So I like a professional person, you can be doing the synchronization and other things. But what if you just have the basic knowledge of computers? What type of tips can you be giving these parents, how they can help their children online?
So, one, for the most basic, let's say you don't have a computer background or anything. One is what we call, you evaluate your daughter, you evaluate your son to see where he is, because each and every child, they are different. Children are born different. There's that child that just when he is born or she is born has that aspect of that value in him or her, and he knows that there are some things that I cannot handle when I go online. That's all those children that when they know, when I get the phone from my dad or from my mom, I'm just going to visit this site. And you can see even that child is able to take you through what is going through the phone. But now you'll be able to even to understand the behavior of your son or your daughter, because most of the when you see your son every time now and then, when they get the phone, they tend to get out of your space. They go somewhere secretly. No, there's something that maybe it is fish. So it is very paramount for you to go. It is very paramount for you to go and seek them to see what they are doing. It is very paramount for you to go and see and ask them, what are you doing? Because the moment you see them, at first they were coming with their phones, interacting with your phone when they are there, but nowadays they are not there. Every time they take their phones, they go somewhere, hide or something. Then those are the red lights or the red flags that you'll be seeing, and to know that there's something that is not happening with my child. So one thing to do, the first thing to do is to talk, to give them sensitization, and talk to them, tell them the dangers of these things, tell them, give them the picture of the world where we are at now. The conversation, you have to start a conversation. The good thing with our children, the ones that are born in this age, you see, they need conversations. They need to be talked to. Now is not the time that you just don't do this, but you need, why are you not always not to do that?
Good. So as we continue, Douglas has the dangers of whatever they'll meet in that space, and how they should behave when they go to the internet or when they just get themselves in that space. So, and again, he's talked about keeping the screens and the devices like you have to keep them at an angle where at least you can see what they are doing, what sites they are all. Keep an eye on all their activities, like all the activities they are doing. You have to know if they leave this site to go to this other site. You as a parent should be notified, or you should know, you should be the one to be changing from one side to the other, not the child to be changing on themselves, because it's dangerous. This makes them be vulnerable to people who are using the same space, and they can disguise as good people or as friends, but deep down they have motives that are meant to hurt these children. And children, as naive and as innocent as they are, many people usually take advantage of them once they're in those spaces without being monitored.
Sure.
So he's going also to tell us about another thing, like what activities or what sites children should be put to be watching. Maybe if it's just education, let it be primarily education sites that these children will be visiting.
So the good thing with the internet, things have changed right now. You've seen the like YouTube has introduced YouTube for kids, uh, and through that, the articles or the contents that are shared there are just between this and this age. So you might be, or you are able to open an account for children that is solely meant for children. However, there's that there's that disparity, or there's that challenge, because now the people have known that children are going there, so they want to explore those children. You know, like the world today, people are taking advantages of children. They go and cyberbully them. They introduce them to funny things. They introduce them to homosexuality, lesbianism, and all those vices that are not worthy to be named. So the good thing or the right thing to do, you open for them those accounts, but you also follow them up. And also you can be able to seek the expert opinion of the people who are in technology, more so in cyber security and all that, because there's a way you can be able to to to, what can I say, the is called the cyber, no, there's a wall that you can put a wall, such that you can be able to block such and such sites whenever they want to view them, or whenever they want to be able to access them. So you can be able to put a wall. You mark these sites, this site, and this site. You mark them up so that they cannot access them. So whenever they want to access, there'll be a blockage to that portal. So that will be the one way to be able to make them not to be able to view them or to be able to access those sites, because now those sites are the ones that are very vulnerable to these people who want to exploit our children online, and also to put them under captivity, and maybe captivity of slavery of the mind, slavery because the moment the world is a small village, it is very, very easy to put an ideology to a child, because children are very vulnerable. A children is not like an adult. Children, they want to be told, they want to be, they grow by hearing and seeing. That's why you might find a child is doing what the father was doing, because that is how that is the mode of education, that is the mode of them learning. They learn by seeing, they learn they learn by hearing. Whatever you say, whatever you watch, how you conduct yourself in the room also helps that child, because as a father or as a parent, you cannot come in the house and you take your phone. Every time you come in the house, you go to your phone. Every time you come to your house, you go to your phone. Discipline these children to know that it is not about the internet, it's not about the phone, it's not about the gadgets. Discipline them to know that these things are there just for leisure, but they are not paramount. It is not a must that they have them, it's not a must that they use them. only so when there is the educational purposes, research purposes for those things, and also for just partly for leisure. You talk to them, tell them that this is, you be the first moral model, be the first role model for those kids, give them, show them the way that it is not a must I go. And if you see me, have you ever seen me having this site? Have you ever seen me doing this? Have you ever seen me going to these sites to do this or to do this? Train them to the way that they should know. And when they see when my dad comes, when my mama comes, the only time he'll go into the internet is maybe he's doing the research or doing following up on these things. So that child will grow up knowing that my father or my parent goes to this site. So me as a child, I should go to this. So you train that child mentally. So whenever they go to the internet, they'll not be able to go to any other thing, or they to prevent them from cyberbullying. That is the way to go.
Okay, that is also good. So, and another tip you can do, maybe if this child or has to learn through the internet and has to chat with friends through the internet, what as a parent you should do, you should know the friends this child has in the internet. You should be, okay, maybe it's Facebook or something. You have to be a friend to that child so that you can know what friends he or she has. Because if you are not a friend to your child in these sites, you will not know what is happening. You will know what type of friends this child is keeping. Because people in the internet, they just disguise to be what they are not. So once you are there with your child, you know this friend is this is my child's friend. I am my child's friend, and this is my child's friend. This is my child's friend. You as a parent can go check the background of these friends to see if they are genuine friends, to see if exactly what they are putting there is what their age puts, or how they relate to your child. Is it the right way they are relating to your child, or they are just disguising to be who they are not? So, and for this child being that young and naive and everything, they just fix whatever these friends are saying. Because once they say this is a friend, fine, they take what a friend is saying, and a friend is a friend. So, for a child to just check this is not a right friend, this is not the right friend, it's hard. So, you as a parent, you should be there to check what friends this child is keeping, who are his friends. Make sure you become friends also to the contacts that are in your child's friendship list, so that you can get to know them better. So that when your child is going the wrong way, you should know maybe it is coming from this or another place. So that should be also your work to be doing, so that at least you get to know exactly who are these friends, who are they? Are they who they are, or they're just disguising to be who they are?
Nice. That is a very, very important point. Having a mutual friendship with those people that you have children's friends in the online sector. And I think, having said that, being creating that network, it is not just a matter of networking in the aspect of knowing who your children interacts with. The world being a network place, you can also get businesses. We don't just say that we are creating a geofence for our children not to interact, because also we can also get the benefits from these things, as much as we get to consolidate them, not to get into vices that are not good. We also take advantage of those things. So you can also get there's somebody, a friend of a friend of your child's friend online, who's maybe a lawyer, who's maybe a doctor. So these things, the advantage of that, as Saleh has said, the advantage of that, when you get to communicate with them, when you get to know who they are, you are creating a network base. You are creating a network base, so that there you might be in a challenge, and one of the friends of your child maybe is capable, or the parent of that child is capable in a way to be able to give you a particular solution to a problem that you may need, maybe in tech wise, maybe in real estate and all that. So as much as it is a platform that has the negativity, but also we also need to cultivate that culture to know the positives in these things. When you get that interaction, that relationship between the daughter, your child's friends online, you interact with them, you create a network base for you and for your business, and it is very important. And another thing also to say, if your child, if you create that network, if you create that network for your child, it is very paramount to desist them from opening up, desist them from opening up on video calls. Don't tell them to make calls to people who they don't know. Help them not to put their photos online and all that, and their images and all that. Help them not to see those things, because one of the ways one of the ways that these people or the cyber crimes do it is because they use that a channel. Whenever they make a video call, now they create that image to the children online, and so they tend to deviate them from the purpose of which that thing was intended to. So it is very paramount. No, tell them not to open up. Tell them not to make video calls with people they don't know, even if they are their friends. Make them know that if you have to do a video call, make a video call in the presence of an adult. Make a video call, make a call in the presence of an adult. And don't post anything that is personal on the social media or in online, because those are the things that are used by the cyber crimes to be able to get to get the details, and also to get the innermost part of deviating your children's minds and thoughts. And I think that is very, that is very important. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very important, because you have to, like we say, be share aware.
Mm.
What do you share on internet? So you just tell your child, don't share your address, don't share any of your private information online, because most of these people will come to you, to that site, check your address, check your age, check your name, check everything. So these are things that you should tell your child not to be sharing. Their private information should not be put online. They just put basic information. They should never say where they live, what what their parents do, or even take photos of their house and post online. These are also dangerous things. If they do something like that, those people online, someone online can just pick from that information, or maybe even don't even post where you go to school to, because most people, once you've shared your private information online, it's easy to come to your school, it's easy to come to your house. That is where maybe you can get kidnapped. That is where maybe burglars can come and break into your house. So you just tell your child, no sharing of information. This posting of maybe my home, my school, my phone number, my address, my email, all this information that are supposed to be so private are not supposed to be posted online. Because that is where most people are taken advantage of. That is where most people get kidnapped. Someone can just come to school and just take you from school, or come to your house, maybe your parents are not around, and do whatever they want to do with you, as much as they know. Once you posted those information, they will know and rate. So they know, if I do this to this child, I'll get this and that, or maybe just do something bad to you. So you have to teach your children how to stay in control. They are the ones in control of their online activities. So being in control of your online activity makes you be, it takes a personal responsibility on yourself to also take care of yourself online, so that once your parent comes in, you have already started to take care of yourself, so you don't get to be harmed or get something bad online.
And what was your personal experience, maybe with your children
Okay.
online? What?
I haven't gotten any personal experience online with my children, but if you have gotten any personal experience with children online, maybe something has happened to you or your children online, you can also give us a comment down below, so that we can know
Yes.
how you went about it. what happened and how you did it, whether it was a good experience or a bad experience. It's not necessarily a bad one, but you can also put good experiences or bad experience. And again, you can also share with us how you also protect your child or your children online.
And also, as we continue, kindly share, kindly share, kindly share, subscribe and like the video, so that people may get to know and get awareness of what we are talking about. Another thing, as Sally was saying, being share aware, there's a principle in the 48 laws of power. The lesser you talk, the less information you put out there, the more powerful, or the more power you will, unto yourself. The lesser people know about you, the lesser the attacks. The lesser people know about you, the lesser the contradictions, the lesser the online intrigues and all that. The reason as to why you see more there are online attacks, left, right, and center, it is because people have will to give their information out. You give the information out, not regarding whom you're giving it to. You're just giving out your personal stuffs, your information. So whenever you do that, you allow your emissaries to get against you. It may be your child's your child's school. Maybe there's a difference between you and your spouse, and he or she wants to get back at you. So whenever maybe you were separated and you went with the kids, so when they get this information, they'll be able to go and see that the child is studying at this particular point. So he may send some emissaries to go and take to abduct the child. So to be able to do this, to be able to minimize this, you ought to you to will power over what you share. You will power over the information you give out, because the lesser the information people have about you, the more power you have over them. But the more information they have over you, the lesser power you have over them. And that is what the internet thrives on. They thrive on the information. You've seen a couple of weeks or months, there's the Analytica in the US, the one that was used to do the one that was used for the Donald Trump or the elections, the US elections. They used that data, the data that was used for people, the ones that people that were using their data, they use their data to ascertain what they want to do, what they will. So they are doing these things against your knowledge, against your knowledge. So it is very paramount to safeguard your information, safeguard the information that you give out there, safeguard the information of your child, safeguard the information of your bank details, of your housing, or anything. Don't just put things out there because they are meant to be given. Even in some apps, they ask you to give certain information so that you can be granted access to this. So be aware of where you share your information to. Be aware of where you give you will power to, because the more you will power to something, the more lesser power you get, the more vulnerable you will be. So it is very paramount. It's very important that you will power unto yourself by not giving information, because there's a principle that says that information is power. So the more information you give out, the lesser power you have, the lesser power you'll attain, the lesser power you will have upon your child, upon the space, the internet space. People will be trotting you each left, right, and center, because you have no power. You have given out your power. You have given out the information that people need to gain access unto you. Another thing, uh, to be aware is be aware of what your child is doing online. Be aware, because the moment you are aware, Every time they are doing research, be there for them. Be there for. Don't just leave them for them to do all their researches and all that. Don't put that in private. You see, there are some children that say that, "Mom, this is my private space." The, as long as that child is under your roof, there's no private space. There's no private space. As long as your son or your daughter is under your roof, there's no private space. The only private space that is attained is when they themselves that have moved from your house, they are living from for their own. So that is where they have that private space. But as long as they're under your roof, they are answerable to you. So whatever information, whatever thing that they're doing online, it matters to you most.
Exactly. And
Yes.
again, now, just like he said, when your child is still under your roof, you're the one in control. And you have to set timings, like the time to use these devices, the gadgets, the laptops, the computers, the tablets. You have to set time. Maybe it is being used from this time to this time. And in the night, no using of these gadgets. In the night, children should sleep. They should not be using their gadgets in the night. Once they go to the bedroom, you put a rule, there's no use of tablets, laptops, or anything else that takes you online. You just have to set that time so that they also get to be safe, because mostly in the night, that is where they'll go to sites that you have not authorized, and maybe you didn't set passwords for them, so they just go to different sites. So the best thing is tell them from this time to this, when it reaches this time, it is the end of using tablets and laptops in the bedroom. No using of laptops and tablets, because now you put them at a place whereby when you're here you can check what they're doing. You put it in a place where that your eye can just be looking at whatever is being done in that computer or laptop or tablet. That is when you set this time that at night in the bedroom, no using of laptops and tablets. It ends where it is set. Maybe there's a room for that. Once everybody is out from there, there's no one is going to use it again. In the bedroom, it's out of bounds. That will also help your child. So it gives them more time to sleep, more time to relax. It doesn't give them time, because if you let them do that in the bedroom, they'll not be sleeping. So a child will be sleeping at around 2 in the morning, and they are supposed to wake up in the morning to at maybe 6 or 7 to go to school. It will be a problem.
And as you're saying, it's about discipline.
Yeah, it's
It's
about
about
discipline.
discipline.
Yeah, discipline has to be paramount. So that to achieve the best out of our children in this time and age where everything is online, discipline has to be paramount. You don't have to compromise on the discipline of the child, so that you breed someone who is responsible in future.
I think you said a lot, and you said what, I think this is where we have the challenge as a society, how to be able to tame the internet, because it is a place that you cannot tame that easily, because there are many loopholes that people take advantage of, and having that information that you have allowed us to speak about, Sally. We are so thankful because you have opened up our eyes. We have seen, we have get the information that we needed, and I believe that parents, wherever you are, that you'll take these measures seriously, uh, because, as we said earlier, that information is power. So the more information you have, the more power you have. So the more information that we have, the information, the little information that we have given you, I believe that it will bring a positive change, because I know many parents are grappling with this challenge, with their children, with their households. Even parents, not even children, also even parents are grappling. Many are addicted with phones. Many are addicted with. We are missing out on opportunities because simply simply because of gadgets, simply because of being online. You see somebody, you're going in a matatu, you don't have a job, and you're in a matatu maybe, and your friend maybe is a CEO or maybe is a
Yeah, there's
manager
someone
somewhere,
sitting next
but
to you.
because
Yeah,
you are glued to your phone,
you don't get that
you get,
opportunity to
yes,
speak to someone who is next to you. Maybe you could have gotten some help from there.
yes,
Now you just end up being, you end up tarmacking and tarmacking because you don't make friends. You're just
mm,
making physical friendship is also very important. We have to train our children to have these physical friendships
yes,
instead of only online friendships.
mm,
Because their physical friendships breed also. They also bring more. They are healthy, and they bring much results, better results even faster.
mhm,
Because once you socialize physically, it's better. You're
yes,
seeing this person, you're talking to this person, you know this person. If your spirits feel that like you don't want this person, okay, you can disconnect right there and then.
yeah,
But online, before you even think of disconnecting, it has taken you time, and maybe you've lost some of your precious time, and something that you could have stopped early takes you like a year or more to have stopped.
mhm,
And like physical contact and physical friendships.
yes.
Yeah.
And true, because you see, the more your child gets to have that physical interaction, now the mind grows, because the mind cannot grow simply because of the internet or the things that we see on TV, but let them grow with the positive things, with the things that are in reality, because not all things that are paraded on online are real. Because you see, most of the cartoons now, we have seen some of the cartoons are being manipulated,
Yeah, this manipulates also the brains
the
of
brains of the
children.
children. You see your child now
Yeah.
start talking vulgar language, and you wonder,
You wonder where they're getting that from.
yes, they're using the F word, and yet your child, you never
You
talk to your
yourself, you
child with
don't
that one.
even talk to your child with some things they're talking. Or again,
Mm,
and again, okay, those that are a bit grown up, like the teens,
mhm,
they also see people online, like some people are sharing fake life. Then a teenager wants to live the life that that person online is living, and their lives are not as real
mm,
as they seem to be posting. A lot of them are suffering. They just post life that make you feel you want that kind of life, and now the kind of life you want to copy makes you go overboard to do things that are not even right, things that will harm you. So those are things also parents we should be very careful.
mm,
And as we talk to our children, we should tell them about the dangers, and whatever is happening online are not as good as they seem to be,
mm.
or they don't help as much as they seem to be. So whatever should be taking someone online, maybe when you have something important, you're learning, that will be the better side of it. But the lifestyle side, you should be very careful also.
Yeah.
Um,
In simple terms, we are saying that allow your children space to interact with people physically. Allow
exactly.
them to go out. Don't just
They let them
keep them
play
inside
just
the
because
house,
they have
because there's
tablets
internet
here,
and all
they
that,
can
everything.
tablets.
At take your you see, parent is telling the child, take your tablet there, go and see cartoon. No, allow your son, allow your daughter go out.
Yeah, maybe kick ball, jump
Yes,
up. It's very healthy for their body.
yeah, and also for mentally growth.
Yeah, mental growth.
They grow knowing that these things are this is how they ought to be done. You remember when we are growing up,
Yeah,
your parent was telling you, I want you to do this and this and this before you go and play.
exactly.
So you create time for them, create spaces for them to be interact, create spaces for them to develop themselves.
Yeah,
To create spaces, buy toys, let them play with the toys. Let them play with things, buy stuffs, crayons and all that.
let
Keep
them,
them busy,
yeah.
but don't allow them. Okay, these are the measures that we are saying. Don't allow them more so to be
Like
more
80% of their time to be online on the
online. Yes.
internet, then 20% they're out.
Hmm.
It has to be the opposite. Let them be online like 20% of their time, then 80% of their time they should be physically doing other things.
Yes.
This will help them grow. Their mental health will be okay. With this time and age, children even get depressed as young as they are.
Mm.
You can have a child can get depression And the best thing to avoid such things is by letting them out, go play, get take them to the park, let them see things, let them move around, let them feel the air, instead of putting them inside for like 80% of their time they're just in the house. When they go out, they're going to school. When once they're from school, they come back to the house. They just start picking the tablets and laptops to start playing with them. Yeah, it's not healthy.
And also be aware of what your children are feeding. Be aware of what they are feeding, because whatever they feed, that is what they give out. You know what the good book says? It says, guard your heart with all diligence above every other thing. Guard your heart, because your heart is where everything comes from.
Lies, yeah.
Yeah. So I think,
Yeah, if you're watching us up to this point, kindly subscribe, share our video. This can help other people. Someone somewhere may be needing these tips. They haven't had,
Mm.
maybe they're struggling also to know how they can help their children online. So you can share it out, subscribe, like, comment, and tell us your experiences also. We'll be very glad to be listening. So as we leave this studio, bye bye. See you in our
Bye.
next live. Bye.
Bye. Thanks. Eh.
Lemchi watumie invoice ile list ya nani, list ya interns uandike, uscan, utumie kwa
Flemty, University Bank. Nimtumie.
Watumie
Na nduzi.
bila itia utengeneze, sijui watumie iende, sijui nini. Wow. Je, unasema aje? Nini hiyo? Si nilikupea alafu ukapotea. Si ulichukua hapa jana. We kwenda sasa mawili gani? Okay, sasa ukaona ukimbilie hivi. Nilikupea shauri yako penye uliweka wewe ndio unajua. Kwanza gari inakuja, ukuje saa hii. Ulikaa kiasi gani kwenda huko? Wewe ulikuja tu kidogo. Kuja na matatu. Okay.